is good, guys? It's your boy John, and welcome back to another Artistry Drop where we feature the stories from today's rising artists. If you like being inspired, don't miss out on our weekly episodes, and also be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification to be notified every time we drop new episodes. If you haven't noticed already, it's your boy's first time riding solo. Corey has been sick and, really feeling under the weather. So, when you become old and start to become a grandpa, you get sick more often. But, all jokes aside, he hasn't been feeling well. So this episode, I'm riding solo for the very first time, and your boy is taking over. But enough about me. I want to introduce our guest for today. Our guest today is a Lao-American rapper, singer, songwriter with over 125 million streams across all platforms. East Daygo, guys, please welcome Dane Amar.
Yo, what's poppin', bro? Thank you for the great intro. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's up, yo?
How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, bro. I'm feeling good,
Yeah.
Friday night, just living life.
Yeah, this hasn't been your first podcast. You've been doing a lot recently.
I've been trying to do a little promo run, do my little thing.
Yeah. You've been popping, bro. We'll get into it. But before we get into it, I want to introduce the drink of the day.
For sure.
So the drink of the day is a Shirley Temple. This is the second time this came back around on the Artistry Drop. The first time we had it was with the producer, I forgot his name, but he produced for a lot of big artists, Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Aaliyah, Fanatic. And
that's crazy.
Yeah, and he actually requested a virgin because he doesn't drink. And I was like, okay, what kind of drink would you like? And he was like, a Shirley Temple. So I was like, okay, I looked up the ingredients, I made it for the very first time. And this guy is like, A-list celebrity. Yeah. So he's like, and once he drank it, he was like, damn, this is the best Shirley Temple I ever had. And I was blown away because that was the first time I made it. And, think about all the parties, all the bars he's been to. And I was like, damn, if he said it was good, okay, I got to bring it back.
Yeah, no,
so
exactly.
This is the Shirley Temple. It has ginger ale, lemon, lime soda, basically Sprite, and then put some lime sparkling water on top. And honestly, that's about it. Oh, I put a little bit of vodka in mine, and we got a virgin one for Dane.
Yeah, I'm not drinking right now, trying to stay safer.
But we'll do a little cheers.
Thank you, bro.
To a good podcast.
Yes, sir, to a good podcast.
Let's get it.
Yeah, that's hella good.
It is?
That's my first time ever having one. That was hella good.
Yeah, so anytime you're out at the club or at the bar, you could request Shirley Temple. It'll be just like that.
There we go. Now it looks like I have a drink. People gonna want to talk to me a little more. We good.
Exactly. And they don't even gotta know it's virgin.
Exactly.
Just ask for a Shirley Temple and just make sure it's virgin. You'll be cool.
Exactly. That's all I need to do for real. Still tastes good.
Yeah. Exactly. It's still good drink in your hand. Because every time you go to the club and shit, you always need something in your hand. At least you just walk around and shit.
For sure.
But enough about that. I want to dive into you and your artistry. So you're originally from San Diego, right?
Yeah. San Diego, east side of San Diego, so like City Heights, Los Algonaby.
Okay.
Exact.
But you live here now?
Yeah, I'm kind of in between. I'm actually moving to Oakland.
Oh, really?
Very soon. Yeah, so I'm
damn.
about to go up to the Bay and kind of just start a new chapter out there.
Damn, that's gonna be crazy for you, especially with your music too.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Yeah, why did you move from San Diego to be in LA? Was it because of music or?
Yeah. So when music started blowing up around 2020, that was when I kind of actually felt the need to leave San Diego, and I just felt bigger than San Diego at that time. I kind of spent my whole life there, so I felt like I knew everyone that I needed to know. Yeah. I wasn't really going to meet anyone that was going to change my life out there. Exactly. At least in my head, that's how I felt.
No, for real.
And then, you just hear about LA, the land of opportunities and everything. A lot of my favorite rappers are out here, so I just decided to make the move.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what happened with me and Corey. We moved from Seattle right in 2019. At the end of it, so you moved right during COVID, right?
Yeah, in the middle of COVID.
Yeah, middle of COVID. That's crazy to make a big jump like that too during when everything shut down.
Yeah,
that must have been crazy.
That's actually the reason why I wanted to move, though. I feel like no one was here. You know what I'm saying? People were still here, but if you came out here, you would really only come to work.
Right.
Because no one's trying to just link up.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why we left Seattle too, because I think Seattle is definitely gonna be up there when it comes to art and entertainment, like it's
For sure.
up and coming, kind of like what LA has, New York has, Chicago's on the rise too. Like I feel like Seattle's next right there on the map, but it's not at the level that New York and LA is at now. So we knew that if we wanted to make the connections and take this shit seriously, we had to move out of our state to really build ourselves, you know. And we've already, you know, made the connections we needed to in Seattle, but we could only go as far as the city will take us. You know?
Definitely, I definitely understand.
So I definitely vibe with you on that, and that's why, you know, we moved out and we're here. So what's your plan moving out to Oakland? Like, since you already been in LA, like what was that reasoning why you wanted to transition?
I just felt like, you know, LA was just I didn't feel like I was growing enough in LA, and every time I went to the Bay, I felt like
the love is different.
Yeah, the love is completely different, and like the people that I meet, they all are already kind of in the space that I was in, like either whether that be music or entertainment or just content creation.
Right.
And I just like saw a big community out there that I just haven't fully tapped into yet. The Bay has always shown me love, like before Green Tea and Honey, like everything. So they were like a really big supporter of me in the beginning. Yeah. And I just feel like, I don't know, people always think I'm from the Bay, so I want to see like why.
Yeah, I can
you
see
know
that.
What I'm saying? Yeah. So I just want to go out there and see why.
Yeah,
you know?
No, I really vibe with that too, because like moving to LA, you know, it's like a melting pot from like different people. You know, everybody moved from a different place. There's not a lot of people who were born and raised in LA. You know, they all came from somewhere. But the people who I really vibe with is people from San Diego, people from the Bay, you know, because it reminds me of people back at home in Seattle. Like,
yeah, for sure.
You know, when you come to LA, like a lot of people like, you know, small talk, ask you what you do for a living, all this shit, and how much followers you got, follow you on Instagram and all that shit. But like, they don't really have like deep conversations. It's not really like open, you know, it's all like, you know, surface level conversation. But whenever I talk with like Bay Area people or people from San Diego as well, like it's a whole different vibe. Yeah, so I definitely understand when it comes to that and the type of people.
No, it's definitely hard to find like, I feel like more than surface level people out in LA, and the most like the people that actually want to dig into it are people actually from LA, right? Usually, so that's how it usually works for me.
Yeah, no, I see that. So, you know, going into a little bit deeper about your life, I heard, you know, in a previous podcast that you had a pretty tough life growing up, and music kind of like pulled you out of like a dark place. Can you explain what was going on through your life and like what it was like growing up, and like just dive a little deeper into like how you became who you are today? Yeah,
so when I was younger, East Side San Diego at the time just wasn't like the most safe place to be, and there was a bunch of a bunch of different refugees coming in at the time. I think there was a bunch of like Somali immigrants, a bunch of Lao immigrants, Cambodian immigrants, Vietnamese immigrants. It was just a big melting pot of like different Southeast Asian cultures and like just a lot of different races, and just, you know, trying to find themselves and everything. So there was a lot of different gangs getting started, a lot of bad things, around happening in general. So it was different, and then trying to grow up in that environment, like I was always around gang culture and everything. I wasn't part of any gangs, thankfully. You know what I'm saying? I was able to avoid that life because I found music super early. But you know, I've seen a lot of my friends grow up in the gang life, and then I lost a lot of my friends to the gang life and stuff too. So it was just the life that was around at that time. And now it's not as bad. You still see it, obviously, but it's not as prevalent as it was when I was growing up, for sure.
And in San Diego, do you still see that now when you go back and visit, or is it like a lot more chill now?
I mean, there's still places where you definitely want to be more safe than usual. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's I would say it's more safe, but they're still out there for sure. If I'm wearing like the wrong color in the wrong part of the city, then I'm for sure getting checked.
Oh shit! Either way, yeah. So like, at what point did you decide like to pursue music as a career?
When I was like 12 or 13 years old, I think I fully decided that like I want to do this for the rest of my life, and I was gonna find a way to do this for the rest of my life. Took a really long time to get there, but you know, it's just a lot of work and dedication, like every single day. I was I made a bunch of friends on YouTube, and then like we all like talked every night. We were freestyling. We just like kind of gave each other a bunch of advice to kind of grow as artists and grow as people. So I feel like having that kind of environment to grow up in, and we're still best friends now. I mean, they pulled up with me to the podcast, you know what I'm saying? So like we all just like grew together, and then we're still talking to each other to like give each other the artist advice and just grow. I would find like little little artist groups like that. Also within like Twitter. That's how I met a lot of my friends in the Bay. And then I would also find artist group like that in San Diego. So just a bunch of groups like that kind of had the whole artistry around is what helped me grow in the city for sure.
Okay. And then like having that community, I think is really important. That's why like, you know, I have Corey here all the time too. Like when we go back and forth and, you know, give each other advice and just really like push each other to that next level is, you know, really key. Was that like, did that give you the confidence to like be like, okay, like I'm gonna stop doing my 9 to 5 to really like pursue this full time type of thing?
I mean, I still have a 9 to 5. I just work both as a 9 to 5 to be honest.
No,
so
real.
like
a lot of people do.
And it's just like the life, because I mean I could make enough with music to where I could not work, but I just don't. I feel like I can make so much more, as of right now, because we are in talks with deals and everything. But until that deal comes where it's like multi-million dollars and I could really take care of myself and my family the way I see fit, I don't feel like I'm at the level I want to be yet.
So you do have like labels like coming out to you and trying to get you signed and all that?
We've talked to a few labels, a lot of labels within the past 2 years, 3 years.
Okay.
Just nothing that is significant enough to sign yet, and where the terms are fair enough for both sides.
Right. Yeah, I think that's important because we have a lot of artists, you know, come out here and they're like, they know what they bring to the table, and like a lot of these deals that get offered to them are not really like presented to, you know, give on top of what they already have to offer.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's more of like you got to sacrifice this and then they're going to give you this, you know, and but really knowing your value, I think, is key, because a lot of people, you know, do sign that contract and they regret it like years later, and then now they're stuck. They can't release any music, and it's just like a dead end.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like when you, I think I saw this video. I forgot who said it, but they said like when you sign for an advance, you kind of feel like you're robbing the bank, because you're like, wow, you're giving me like this much money up front for show. Right. They're never gonna see this money back, and then they do within 2-3 years. And now they have 50% of everything you do because you wanted to take that 50 up front. Yeah. So, you know, it's just how the game is for real.
Right. That's crazy. Yeah, and going into like a little bit deeper into your music, you know, we can't do this podcast without talking about your most successful song, Green Tea and Honey.
For sure.
It went viral with over 34 million streams on Spotify and over 44 million views on YouTube.
Yeah, it's going crazy.
That's crazy. Congrats.
No, thank you. Thank you.
That's crazy. That's just crazy.
For sure was a beautiful moment in my life that I used as like a bookmark of like how I was feeling at that time, for sure.
Yeah, like congrats on that. How was that like process, and what do you think like contributed to the success of that song?
To be honest, I'm not completely sure like what could, like a lot of things contributed to the success. We had like it was just organically growing over time, and then like I feel like people just related to the song. People use it as like, I don't know, a way to get through some problems. They say it calms them down, which is cool.
That is dope.
I personally just like wrote it because I was really inspired by life at that time, and like the girl I was talking to, you know, like really just inspired me to write that song. And that song just came out the way it did. It didn't take too long. I think I finished it in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Damn.
But I wrote it in like 15 minutes.
Damn.
So it just was really me trying to get everything as perfect as I could. Yeah. And then once I got that ready, I just dropped it.
Damn.
Right away.
So like, it sounded like it came naturally to you, just hearing
everything
that beat.
was super natural. Yeah. Once I heard that beat, which is produced by the homie GC, by the way, shout out GC. He sent me that, and I heard it. I was like, man, this is amazing. Like, it's just beautiful. I think I heard it at like 5, 6 a.m. because I was working as a video editor at that time.
Oh shit.
So I had to get up early for work, and I heard the beat, and then on the way driving to work is when I was writing the song. So I was driving while like on the notes app, which isn't safe. Don't do it. But I did, you know.
But that just shows like how inspired you were from the music, that you didn't like take time out of your day and be like, okay, when I get home, you know, I'm gonna write on this song. Like, you're literally writing as you drive, and you know,
I recorded it in my car, like on my lunch break. And those are the same vocals that you hear in the song. Like, that's what I recorded in my Honda Civic at the time.
Damn, that makes a lot of sense though, because like thinking, just like analyzing that song is like so authentic. Yeah. And you could tell, like, you know, coming from that process that you just explained, like, and hearing the song, like it was really like, you know,
thank you
authentic. Yeah. And I think that's what people really vibe off of, and it definitely reminds me of like the old school Passion, Gabe Bondoc, you know. It really gave that, like, you know, just chill.
There's that old YouTuber vibe. I know what you mean. Yeah. And that's kind of what I was going for. You know, I feel like we didn't have enough of that at that time. Right. You feel me? At that time, like, I feel like everyone was trying to be like a street rapper.
Right.
You feel me? Which is cool. I get it.
Right.
But I feel like there was we were missing just love songs. I feel like it just needed a place.
Yeah, exactly. And we're in like, you know, social media now where it's just like all numbers and, you know, people are trying to ride each other's melodies and, you know, trying just like a quick fix when like I feel like also like true artistry, you know, takes their time, you know, perfect their craft. Like sometimes I know we've met artists who take like years to like perfect just one song, you know. Of course there's like a borderline where you know you should let a song go because being a perfectionist is kind of like, you know, a gift and a curse.
Exactly.
You know, exactly. But yeah, the artistry is there, and congrats to you for making that song. Like, how much of an impact did that make to your life after that song dropped?
I mean, it changed my life completely. Like, I'm definitely not in the same place I was two and a half years ago, you know, around there. I'm just in a different space mentally. I feel like I could see better for myself knowing that already happened for me.
That's dope.
So it just kind of opened what I thought a limit was. You feel me? So because I already broke through the wall what I thought my limit was like a year ago.
Right.
And now we're like, the fact that like I'm talking with different labels and stuff, like I didn't see myself doing this, to be honest. I've always said I wanted to do it and I was working to it, but like actually seeing it in front of me is completely different.
Oh yeah. No, like you just like that's how I felt when I moved out to Seattle because, you know, I was always doing film, photography. I used to dance as well. So, you know, I knew my potential was there and, you know, everybody around me, of course, the community is like pushing you forward. But I didn't really see, you know, the power that I had until I actually moved out here. And then people are starting to come to me, you know, and, you know, they're willing to pay me for my services and all this stuff. And I'm like, damn, I am really it.
No, that's fire, bro. No, exactly. And that's when you feel like it's like working, you know?
Yeah.
Actually, that's how I felt when I got my first video editing job too. I was like, you could make money off of doing this? Like, this is crazy.
Exactly.
Because before I was just working like retail, like T-Mobile and stuff. Yeah,
right now I work in the medical field, normal 9 to 5 as well. But this upcoming year, you know, I'm planning to, I've already been like applying to some content creation jobs, video editor jobs. So that's exactly where I'm trying to go as well. So it's inspiring to hear your story, and that's exactly what you did. Would you say like when that song dropped, was that like the peak of your career so far?
No, because it's still going up kind of crazy. No, I mean like when that song dropped, it was moving faster. So that was probably like the fastest moving I've had so far.
Okay.
But it still hasn't peaked. Like, like it's still getting, I think I'm getting around like 65,000 streams a day on the song still.
Oh, shit, yeah.
So it's still going up like a lot. I think when it first started, like the first year, the highest I got was like 15,000. So now it's at like 56 to 65,000 a day.
Shit.
And then, you know, I have other songs that just came out, like Candy's going crazy.
That is crazy.
I have a new song, Juice dropping. Juice just came out, and that's like going stupid crazy. We're really excited about that just because that's like something I've been holding on for a while.
Oh, really?
Now. Yeah.
It's fun.
Because it's a fun song. It's a fun song, and it's like different, you know?
Yeah.
So it was like, but was it too different from Green Tea? You know, like I didn't want to people to think I was just changing super fast, you know? But I thought it was good. And I think the reaction to it's really well. A lot of people have been messaging me personally saying that, you know, it's amazing. So I'm glad people like it.
Yeah, it's hard when you are like kind of categorized because as an artist, you know, you jump into different genres, you do different things, but to really be like categorized on because of your audience is like, I don't think that's real, you know, and that's you as an artist saying that, you know, I do more than just this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And I think kudos for you because that's a true artist.
Thank you.
That's a true artist for sure.
Definitely try.
Yeah. So you would say like that wasn't really the peak, but that was definitely like a milestone for you.
A big milestone for sure. It's my first hit. My first independent hit.
Okay. Yeah, I see that. And I only say that, you know, ask about the peak because like me, when I used to dance like super hardcore, you know, even though I don't dance as much anymore, I used to always like compare myself to when I was at my prime.
Yeah.
At like supposedly like the peak, you know, and I used to travel, judge, you know, win battles, you know, performing the whole 9 yards. But it took me a long time to kind of like let my old self go.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I definitely understand that.
And, you know, accept who I am now. So like, do you ever find yourself kind of like going back and, you know, reliving that time of like Green Tea and Honey and comparing your new releases to like what made that so successful?
I feel like sometimes like I don't really try to compare my songs. Like I kind of just drop them and try to forget them.
Okay.
Right, like just because I don't like holding on to music. I feel like there's always like a next one, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
My homie Sert actually told me this, that like he's here right now too. He told me that like, you know, making songs is like a clock, you know, it's just gonna keep going until you hit the one again. And I've hit the one like multiple times. So like I've had songs that go like Green Tea and Honey is probably the biggest one, but then there's songs that are hitting 15 million within like the first year. And then like, so like, you know, like I think Candy's at 6 million and that dropped not even a year ago, like 8 months ago, 9 months ago. So that's going crazy. I have Green Tea and Honeys, which is like a West Coast version, and that's going pretty well. That's actually has a Heartbreaker, and then the Thai singer Me So I brought two worlds together.
That's crazy. Yeah, you really put it on for the culture too.
I'm trying. You know, that. Yeah, I can't really speak it, so
yeah, no, I can't either, bro.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, it is hard. But going back into you know, I went back to like your first ever music video ever on YouTube. You know, you filmed the song called Overnight from like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, seeing your growth over the years, you know, has been mad inspiring. You know, your sound has become more defined. I see you've been in the gym. You know, lost a few pounds.
For sure. Had to, bro.
Yeah, smiling a lot more. Life is living good for you, bro.
Yeah, bro, it's going good.
Yeah. One thing I also noticed was like, you know, back then you were like more into hip hop and rap, but now you're more into pop. And I'm kind of curious to know like what made you transition. Was it Green Tea and Honey that kind of made you explore a little bit more out of that realm?
Nah, I think like in general I was just like a fan of music. So like growing up I listened to like everything, you know, like one of my favorite albums that I still think is like a top 5 album is Right Where You Want Me by Jesse McCartney.
Oh yeah.
Like that album is crazy. Like I remember listening to that in 3rd grade. Like my grandpa had to buy me like 3 CDs of that because I played it so much like it would just like skip just so like you know?
Yeah.
And then so I was just a big pop fan at the same time too. I love R&B. I love hip hop. Hip hop is where I like really want to excel, but it's just like amazing, you know. Like I love hip hop, and then pop. I became really, really into pop. I want to say around 2014, 2015. I was super into Logic. So and Logic was signed to this group called Visionary Music Group.
Right.
And there was this pop singer in that group. His name was John Bellion.
Okay.
And he was like super talented. He used to do videos where he would show how he made the beat and wrote the lyrics and recorded everything. Yeah. And I was just super inspired by that. I used to watch them like 60, 70 times a day, the same video, just because it was so inspiring to me. Damn. And he wrote The Monster by Rihanna and Eminem. Yeah, so he wrote that hook. Oh, shit. And that was like his first big placement. And that's when like more people started listening to him. And I was like, oh, this guy has something. And honestly, if you look at a bunch of songs now that are out, he's in a lot of writing credits for a bunch of big pop songs, and he brought like hip hop drums kind of over pop beats. Yeah. And it just like shifted the whole culture, and seeing him do that like firsthand was kind of made me want to go more into pop and more just like open my lane, so I'm not just rapping anymore, you know? Yeah. Because before I thought I just couldn't sing. Like I just thought I didn't have the voice for it. So once I started training my voice to start singing, I was like, oh, I could go so many different ways with this.
Yeah, I seen that. You started singing more, you know. I see that you're a songwriter too. Did that kind of inspire you to do more songwriting as well?
Yeah, I mean, like I don't really songwrite for too many other people in general, like but I'm trying, you know, it's a little different. It's just hard to get out of my experiences, because usually when I'm writing my songs, it's like very personal to me. Right. But you know, I'm trying to get out of my head about that for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a little hard too, because when you already have like a workflow and you know, you listen to, I'm not sure what your workflow is, but maybe you listen to a beat and you know, you write about personal experiences, and some are like you mentioned is too personal to where you can't hand it off. You know, is that do you find yourself like in that moment a lot of times where it's like, you know, you're writing it down and you're like, man, I can't hand this off because, you know, I'm listing specific moments of time of what I experienced.
Yeah, and that's something that I deal with, and sometimes I feel like when they tell me to go broad, I go too broad. You know what I'm saying? So I can't find that middle ground yet, and that's something that I'm trying to work towards. But when I'm writing for myself, it's different. Right. Like I just feel like I just know what I want to say.
Yeah. I think that's like a gift and a curse about being like too authentic too. Yeah, it's like maybe you're too authentic to where like you're writing down your personal experience, but it's too personal to where, you know, you can't hand it off and things like that.
Exactly.
So that's crazy, but I think you'll get there, bro.
Thank you. I
think you'll get there. So this next like segment, we have a little game show. Okay. It's a little bit fun. You know, we kind of want to like let people relate to you outside of your artistry, and you know, really just ask some fun questions.
For sure.
To get your fans, you know, knowing you a little bit deeper. All right, so here we go. So here on the Artistry Drop, we want to bring something new and exciting to the show. So today we're going to play a game called Artistry Roulette. Here's how the game is gonna go. So you're gonna choose a number between 1 and 10, and each number will contain a random question which you only have 15 seconds to answer. So you answer a total of 6 questions out of the 10, and each question that goes over 15 seconds will cost you a sip of that drink.
Okay.
Dane, are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so you gotta choose a number between 1 and 10.
Let's do 7.
7. What's currently your favorite TV show and why? Timer starts now.
I'm rewatching Futurama just because that's like my favorite show of all time. Damn. Futurama and The Simpsons is like between the two, but it's for sure one of them.
Damn, Futurama, that's a throwback.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a major throwback. Are you a fan of like Family Guy? And
yeah, I do. I love Family Guy too, but like I feel like The Simpsons definitely had substance, and Futurama, there was this one episode specifically in the last season where Fry really, like, for some reason he just hella misses his mom and he can't see her. Oh, so like the whole episode is him like trying to find a way to get back in time to like at least say hi to his mom. Okay. And it's just not possible at all. Damn. But like somehow he finds a loophole and he ends up in his mom's dream and he could like hug her one last time. Oh, shit. And that was just like a super emotional episode, and I was like, damn, this show is like hella good. Well, like, I need to go back and watch this. Like, yeah. So I'm starting from season 1 again. I'm on like season 6 right now, but I've been rewatching Futurama.
Damn, how many seasons are there?
I think it was like 9 or 10.
Oh shit, they went for a minute.
They got deleted and rebooted so many times, but I've been watching since a kid. Like I love Futurama.
Damn, I need to go back and watch that because right now, you know, I mean, I already finished like Rick and Morty. Yeah. There's another one called Solar Opposites. Which is
Solar Opposites is fire.
Yeah, like Solar Opposites too, and yeah, that shit is fire. And I'm a big anime fan too, so like I be watching anime all the time.
Have you heard of Shield Hero?
Shield Hero. Yes, I have, but I haven't watched it yet.
Craziest underdog story ever. It's like super dope. Actually, season 2 just came out, so I'm gonna have to watch that too.
Okay, you watched like Vinland Saga?
Nah, I don't think I have.
That's kind of slept on.
Okay, I gotta get on that.
It just came out on Netflix, but it was originally on like Amazon Video. Okay. Yeah, and it's they're like back in the medieval time. It's like in the Vikings era. Okay. And like this kid lives in a small like community town and like somewhere in like, you know, in igloos and stuff like that, and this Vikings just come in and slaughter all his parents and all this shit, and like he gets hired to work for them, but really he's like undercover and just like wants
that sounds sick. Is there magic in it?
No, it's not magic. It's full gory.
Okay, for sure.
And he's just out for revenge, and he kills like everybody.
That sounds crazy.
I'm down for that. Crazy. Yeah, look that up. Yeah, you gotta check that out for sure. Okay, so next question.
Let's do 4.
4. If you had a superpower, what would it be and why? Timer starts now.
Teleportation, but I want to be able to like take people with me too.
Damn, so but why though?
Like I could free vacations.
For vacation? Yeah. For real? Because vacations be expensive.
Yo, I'm saying I'm trying to pay for a vacation for me and my mom and my grandma to go to Laos. And, you know, like those tickets are not cheap, bro. They're not. So I was like looking it up and I was like, yo, these tickets alone for everyone that I'm trying to bring is going to be around 10 to 12,000.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, depending on what time you want to go to and like how far in advance. Have you ever been? Are you born and raised there? Or are you born
No, I was born and raised in San Diego. Okay. I went back once. In like 2018, and it was cool. It was super dope. I definitely want to go back though.
Okay. No, I never been, so I've always wanted to go to Laos and of course Thailand, of course.
For sure.
Yeah, but just looking at the tickets, I was like, man, I really gotta save up. But I heard like the ticket is the most expensive part.
It is, because once you're out there, I think I went out there 2018. I didn't have hella money, you know. I think I was still working at T-Mobile at the time. I had like I went out there with like $400-$500, and that lasted me the whole month.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, but that lasted me like a good month. Like I went out every night, like clubbing with the homies. You know, I was buying clothes and everything. $500 lasted me that whole month, and I was straight.
Damn, that's crazy. Because I'm also thinking about going to Japan, and that's like a whole different story.
I love Japan. I was there too. Oh, it's super dope. Yeah, Japan is super dope. It's definitely not as cheap as Laos, but it's fire. Yeah.
Definitely want to go. Okay, next question. So you chose 4 and 7.
3.
Favorite artist of all time and why? Timer starts now.
Drake or John Bellion for sure. Drake, I feel like is just someone that he's mastered almost every genre. He's done every genre out, and he's done it well enough to like, you know, get millions of streams and stuff on it. And John Bellion, just because of like production wise, I feel like songwriting wise, he is someone who could definitely be in the forefront if he wanted to, but he doesn't, and he's in the background just writing songs and producing and stuff. So just one of those for sure.
Damn, that's dope. So it was 29 seconds, so you gotta take a
for
sip.
Sure. I'm with it.
For sure. But like Jon Bellion, it sounds so familiar, but I don't think I've actually. Does he make music too?
He does. He had a song that like went really crazy in like 2014 or 2015 called All Time Low.
Oh, okay. It does sound familiar, but it's so long ago.
Yeah, it was such a minute
He
ago.
kind of reminds me of like Eric Bellinger, because Eric Bellinger, you know, he writes for all the greats, you know, Chris Brown, Usher, you know. He has so many like low-key stuff that he's done in the back end. But
he's
then,
super good too.
Yeah, and then now he's like, you know, coming out, making his own music. So like that's what it kind of reminds me of. And it's just crazy that like you never know like who could be in the back end too, like making these music for these artists. And you know,
don't think about it.
They really have a team. You know, Justin Bieber has Pooh Bear too. Like it's just like it's crazy. And you mentioned Drake was one of your favorite artists. He's one of mine as well. Yeah, and it's just crazy. He's like the Jay-Z of our era. You know, as far as
going
like,
crazy for sure.
Yeah, not only his music, but like he's a smart businessman too. How he markets himself, how he has his own label and everything.
Businesses too. He's like a part owner of Dave's Hot Chicken, I think.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
So
he's outsourcing.
Crazy.
It's been crazy. All right. Next question.
One.
All right. So if you had to go back in time, what memory would you revisit and why? Timer starts now.
Recently I had a show. It was my biggest show. It was like 2,000 people. I got to bring out all the homies with me, and it was just a dope time. Like I had the crowd going crazy.
Oh shit. Okay. All right, so next question. You only have one question left.
Six.
Okay. Least favorite Lao dish and why? Timer starts now.
The duck blood thing.
The duck blood?
Yeah.
What's the duck blood? Is that the one with the rice?
Nah, the one where they have like they legit have to kill a duck, bro. And they like.
I don't think I ever had that.
Oh, that shit is crazy. That shit it scarred me, bro. Like I still see it in my head every time I sleep, low key.
I've seen some chickens, but never a duck.
All right, so it's like a jelly, bro. It's like, but they make it out of duck blood, like fresh duck blood.
Oh shit!
I remember like one time my grandma had me go outside. I saw a duck, and I was like, "Oh, what's happening?" And she's like, "Hold it," and then she slit its throat, and I was like, "Yo!"
Oh, traumatized.
Yo, and
how old are you?
Like 7.
Damn.
And she was like, drain the blood. I was like, where? And then she gave me a bucket, so I had to like hold the duck, and I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Damn.
And I was like, yeah, that was the wildest thing my grandma ever made me do.
That's wild.
I think she could tell I was hella scared, so she asked me never to do it again.
Damn.
But after I saw that, like I definitely can't eat it.
Yeah.
And just looking at it sometimes makes me a little nauseous.
So did they make like soup out of it, or like how is it like? What would you compare it to? Like if it came to a dish.
If it came to a dish?
Yeah. Like did they make it a soup, or was the blood like, you know?
It was kind of like I don't want to say it was like a soup. It was like Jello, but blood.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn. Why?
Why? Yo, I don't know, but everyone says it's good, and I'm never giving it the chance.
Have you ever seen like purple sticky rice?
Oh yeah, that's gas.
Yeah. That's fire, but I think they make it with pork's blood.
Oh, I'm down for that. That's different though.
Yeah, it's different. But yeah, they marinate the rice inside the blood. That's what makes it that color.
I had no idea.
I
had no idea that was the reason. But
but it is good.
It's fire. I love it. I also like pork blood in general. I'm down for pork blood, like in Kapuyuk.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like or like in Kapuan, but like Not, bro. What's different about the duck blood shit was it was like it still looks like blood, and then like they still eat it like just straight up. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And then like, you know those metal Asian spoons?
Oh yeah.
Bro, they be having red residue on it.
Oh damn.
Dishes, I don't even want to touch them.
Traumatized.
I can't do it, yo.
Emotional damage.
I can't, bro.
That's crazy.
I'm surprised you haven't heard of it, but it's
no,
crazy.
I haven't. I'm glad I haven't.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy for sure. Well, thank you for playing our game. You answered a total of 6 questions, and
thanks, bro.
it was fun. It was fun. I just wanted to say like, thank you for being the second like Lao guest. We're talking about Lao food like ever on the show. You know, we had A on last episode, and it's just dope to give like exposure to my people. You know, since a lot of people don't really know about us, bro.
No, we don't. Everyone still thinks I'm Filipino, but I get a check for people thinking I'm Filipino, so I just like let it rock and I don't say anything.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, back home in Seattle, like we have a ton of Filipino people.
For sure.
And
I was just in Seattle actually recently.
Really?
Yeah. Like just with the homies, just just go visit. It was hella fun. I went to like the Space Needle, spent hella money for no reason, but it was fire. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, you got to go to like Capitol Hill. That's where like all the bars are. Oh, you went? Okay, you know about the town.
It was gas, bro. It was gas. It was a good time. I want to go back.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely fun. But yeah, you just giving exposure to my people, you know, is always dope. You know, every time like I tell people I'm loud, they're like, you know, what's that? And I'm like, oh, we're like Thai people, but with less money and more flavor in our food.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is too. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
But for real, like I think we're like a hidden gem that a lot of people don't really know about, you know. And I see you always like repping our culture, so like kudos for you.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, and speaking about our culture, you know, I think it is important to talk about like a Sabaidee Fest.
1,000%.
Yeah, because it's like representing not only Asians but Southeast Asians, like specifically.
Yeah.
You know, I saw that you're performing there. How does it feel to be a part of such like a monumental like festival, and what does that like festival mean to you?
I mean, it means a lot to me, you know. Like I have my uncles, my aunts, I have my mom and stuff just asking all the time about the festival and like if I can get them free tickets and stuff, you know, like they're always asking for free things, but like just in general, knowing that we're gonna have like our own festival is crazy. Facts. You know, like. And from what I hear, it's probably gonna be like a super big like Lao New Year type New Year kind of thing, where it's like we're gonna have food stands, we're gonna have, and then like just a bunch of dope artists performing the whole time, and we're flying out artists from Lao, I think, and then Thailand artists too.
That's crazy.
And there's also gonna be Hmong artists there.
Oh shit!
Like Kalia Yang, she's super dope. She's gonna be there. Me and her actually talked about how we might do a song just so I could pop out for her set or something like that.
That'd be dope.
And we're all like. After seeing the like who's on the flyer and everything, I actually reached out to a bunch of people and we're trying to like make music or something together. So like, yeah, I'll have my own time, but I'll also just be there all day performing with everyone else too, just because I'm trying to bring the community together for sure.
Yeah, no, that's dope. And I think like us as a community, we have to like, you know, stick together, you know, not only like Asians in general, but like, you know, us as Southeast Asians for sure, because not a lot of people know about us, and I think it's about time for us to get like our recognition, because there's a lot of like talented individuals out there that need to be heard, you know, not only us but in the Asian community in general. You know, speaking about the Asian community, you know, I think we're finally starting to, you know, get that shine that we deserve, you know, on the big screen. You know, we have like BTS, Shang-Chi, Joy Koi, you know, 88 Rising, and so many others like pushing the community, Asian community as a whole together. And I think, you know, with you as well, you're definitely like breaking boundaries as well.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You know, what are some of the struggles that you've also experienced being an Asian American, like in the industry?
Being in the American industry specifically too is like, it's just hard because people like haven't seen us in this light yet, you know, like we are really the pioneers of it. Like 88 Rising is doing great, and it's amazing because they're like an all Asian label owned by Asian people, you know, and doing their thing, going crazy. But like even talking to these labels, they just sometimes they don't. I feel like they just don't feel comfortable in taking the chance because they don't know how to market it. And
I can see that.
And that makes sense. I mean, I understand, you know, there's at the end of the day, the music business is still a business. You know, you want to be able to make the safest bets that you can. So I feel like the chance is way harder just because no one has seen it yet. But, you know, once someone really breaks the barrier, like I think right now we're seeing Joji do that.
Joji,
you know, like Joji is still on the top 10 when her Lost drop, Drake and 21 Savage. You know what I'm saying? So
that's
like,
crazy.
How are you doing that? When he's like, I think he was like number 5 and the rest was Drake and 21 Savage.
Damn, I didn't even know that.
Joji's doing his thing. So I feel like there's just more chances for people to take chances on us. It's just I'm not seeing that completely, at least for myself, not yet. But like I see the door opening, and I see like slivers where we could try to break in, and I feel like once we do have the Asian Drake, or like, you know, like an Asian Billie Eilish or something, you feel me? Once we get all that, then it's over. I think we're getting to that. Hopefully this is not like just a phase, you know, and it's really here to stay. And I feel like once we start showing ourselves like in TV and in movies and also within music as well, like
us as a whole will eventually get to that point, and we just got to keep pushing it out. And I think, you know, you're definitely on that wave.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I try to be, man. I try to be. I definitely want to be the Asian Drake if I can. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the goal. That's the goal.
Let's go. So like most Asians, especially like Southeast Asians, you know, we're not like fed with the silver spoon. You know, we had to really grind our way to get to the top and to be where we are now. You know, and not to be like doctors, nurses, and lawyers. You know, like our parents like mostly want us to be. You know, since you came from such a hard background and, you know, you struggled through that, like, who has been some of your biggest inspirations when you were growing up?
A lot of my uncles were like big, like my dad like kind of left early in my life, so a lot of my uncles were big inspirations in my life, and just seeing like what they were into and what kind of changed my life. A big thing of why I was super into hip hop was because a lot of my uncles and aunts would just watch like 106 in Park growing up, and then like my uncle's favorite artist was Nipsey Hussle.
Oh, okay.
So like when Nipsey Hussle came out, all I heard in the car was Nipsey Hussle. He would around that time I was rapping, so he was like, if you want to be a rapper, like this is who you got to be like. So I was like on Nipsey super young.
Yeah.
And just hearing everything he had to say was like super inspiring to me. Like I take a lot of his stuff as like more than I do like religious things, to be honest. Like a lot of his words are what kind of makes me think about like life and just how I should move forward.
Yeah, no, that's real shit though. Like no, that's real shit he experienced, you know, that's real life shit as well. So like I could tell, like, you know, seeing that and being and growing up with that, you know, figure, and also like hearing, you know, the quotes that he says, because he's really like giving out life lessons
and game, man. And game. I didn't know what real estate meant until I watched like a Nipsey Hussle thing, and then I was like 13, so I guess I'm not supposed to know what real estate means, but you know, but learning that early, learning about the stock market that early, like being able to talk with homies online about, yo, like when we get dough, like we gotta get like stock market, we gotta buy houses, we gotta do this, to like, and now seeing it come into fruition for some of us is crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy, and that's not what they teach in school. It's and you know, it's just so dope that Nipsey actually did that for their community. You know, he had like a little private class, you know, teaching everybody in his community, in his city. Like it just went a long way, and it's RIP to Nipsey, because like, that he was ahead of his time.
For real. And definitely like just trying to be charitable and stuff, at least with the information he gave. I am always like, you know, I came from a tough background, so there's a lot of things that I wish I had when I was growing up, so I try to do that for the people around me, and I try to do that just for random people, random fans in general. Like I say like once every 3 months, 3-4 months, I'll do like a studio giveaway where I'll give away someone their first studio. Like I'll just buy a studio off Amazon and just ship it to their house.
Damn, that's dope,
and,
bro.
And I've done that like 5-6 times over the past two years, because after Green Tea and Honey blew up, I had a little extra money to blow, you know. So I still do it every now and then. And some of the people that I buy them for, they keep making music. Some just stop because they realize it's not for them, which is fine. You know, I just always say, like, you know, you don't have to pay me back. You don't have to give it back to me. Just give it back to someone who does want to do it. Because, you know, you don't know who could be the next person.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, and it's just giving back to the community as well. Like, that's dope, bro. Because, you know, you came from the struggle, so you know what it's like to be in their shoes. And you're just giving back, you know, to them because you've been there as well. So that's dope too, because, you know, a lot of people, of course, like being in LA, you know, they reach a certain point and they're like, you know, fuck everybody else who wasn't there from the beginning. They don't even want to give back. You know, they're just like deep in their own pockets and worrying about their own thing and, you know, their own family. But the fact that you're really going out of your way for people who aren't in your circle to really give back to the next generation, you know, that's dope. And that's exactly what like the Artistry Drop is all about, giving back to that next generation. You know, we could talk all night long, but we are coming to an end.
Yeah, sounds good.
You know, and before that we end, you know, we kind of want to give like a motivational and inspiring speech. You know, what advice would you give to that next person trying to become an artist?
You are definitely probably going to get made fun of, you know, like even if it's not to your face, it's going to be behind your back. Just try not to listen to the words that are said about you, and you really just lock in on your craft, because you're going to get to a point where you realize the stuff you made before wasn't as good as the stuff you're making now. And that could be like a minimal growth, that could be a high growth, that could be anything, but it's a growth, and it's a growth in the right direction. So just keep going. Don't stop. Don't listen to what anyone says. If you want to do it, you want to do it, and you have to be the one to push through everything. So that's probably my best
Hey,
advice.
that's facts. Hey, I gotta give you some claps because that was
thank you,
inspirational,
bro.
bro.
Thank you.
Yes, and you can tell it's real and authentic. I think we're missing a lot of that. We're missing a lot of green tea and honey.
Yeah,
we
sure.
definitely need more vibes like that.
For
but
sure.
like every song you come out with is 100% you. So we appreciate
Thank you, man. I appreciate
for
that.
doing you and repping our culture for sure as well. Is there any other shout outs you want to like give to the viewers?
I want to shout out everyone who's streaming Juice. Make sure y'all get that. This is the one. This is the one that's gonna change our lives. So make sure y'all stream Juice.
Yes, sir.
Green Tea and Honey still out. Make sure you do that. East Daygo Pop Star out. I'm really just trying to go to the next level, man. So if you see me and you support, I appreciate you 1,000%. And I promise you that I'm probably gonna be one of the first Lao people to change the world, man. I know, I feel it.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it too. And we hope that this definitely pushes you out to the next level too. That's why we had to have you on. We got to give you that support. But yeah, guys, we are actually coming to an end. We hope that you guys enjoyed this episode, especially with me riding solo for the very first time. I'm taking over. If you guys aren't following us yet, you can find us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok at The Artistry Drop, or if you prefer listening, you could stream us all our episodes on all major platforms as well on The Artistry Drop. And of course, we will leave all the links for Dane down below in the description. But anyways, guys, we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.